Because I came in with a 4.0 and kept hearing about this grade deflation thing. Ooh. All I'm gonna say, office hours are free. Like many of you before coming to Berkeley, I was the one. The one who got the good grades, the one who the teachers liked, the one who led the clubs. And then I got here and suddenly everyone was the one. I remember walking into Hospitalian for the first time, and I'm sitting next to app builders, artists, entrepreneurs, researchers. And I slowly started to wonder, in a sea full of extraordinary people, whether there was anything special about me anymore. Then, I got to the lecture halls, and I was one of maybe 10 faces that looked like mine. So the question wasn't just whether I could keep up. The question became whether a place like this was built with someone like me in mind. So I did what I thought I was supposed to do. I played the game. I beefed up my resume, my calendar filled up, my LinkedIn looked great. And yet, I still felt behind. I still felt like I needed to perform to belong here. Looking back, I don't think I was just chasing accomplishment. I was chasing reassurance. I wanted to know that Berkeley had made the right choice, so I armored myself with the greatness that I saw in others, thinking that it would make me feel like I belonged. But the irony was, Berkeley didn't feel like home because I suddenly accomplished enough to earn my place here. It became home when I stopped treating everyone around me like evidence that I wasn't enough, and started becoming curious about them. I found people who celebrated me when I won. People who sat with me when I didn't. People who challenged how the way I thought and introduced me to worlds I would have never entered on my own. If I'm being honest, in a place where accomplishment got you here, it is really easy to make those accomplishments your identity. But now going into my third year, I realized that the most interesting part about my accomplishments isn't the accomplishment itself. It's the story of the person behind it. People have told me that I'm adaptable. But what they don't know is that my parents weren't together, so I learned very young how to balance two environments. People have complimented me on the way I can walk into a room and talk to anyone. But what they don't know is that I transferred schools mid-semester, so I had to learn how to build community when friend groups had already formed. People have told me that I'm a good speaker, but they don't know that I grew up around pastors and some very opinionated friends who love to debate, so I've had a lifetime of practice. We spend so much time we spend so much time letting our accomplishments shape how we see ourselves. But how often do we stop and ask, how are our accomplishments shaped by who we are? Look at your hands for a second. Those are the same hands that filled out your Berkeley application to get you here. Those are the same hands that did homework at an hour you probably shouldn't be sleeping at, okay? The same hands that practiced, created, competed, and worked. Berkeley has gotten to see some of what those hands have accomplished. But it didn't get to see nearly as much as what those hands have carried. Maybe they helped carry someone you loved. Maybe they worked after school. Maybe they're currently creating something that nobody in this room even knows about yet. Your accomplishments have told us what you've done, and you should be proud of them. But your story tells us something about the person who did it. Berkeley admitted an application, but a whole person showed up today. And if that's true about you, it's true about every single person sitting next to you. My sophomore year roommate studied nutritional science, and at first, that's pretty much all I knew about her. But living together gave me the opportunity to know the person behind the major. It meant trying homemade Chinese food and trying bingsu for the first time. I was eating good, okay? It meant learning how her family's experiences shaped how she wanted to spend the rest of her life. Getting curious about her world expanded mine. Now multiply that by every person in this room. People, thousands of accomplishments, thousands of stories you can't even see yet. And I would have missed so much if I'd stopped at what I could see. So here's my challenge to you for the next 5 days. You're gonna ask a lot of people what I like to call the Berkeley trifecta. What's your major? Where are you from? Where are you living? And those are good questions. Ask one more. Ask them what they're passionate about. Ask them what they miss about home. Ask them what they hope these next 4 years will become. And while you're at it, go beyond what's familiar. Talk to someone who is doing something that you know nothing about. Talk to someone whose experiences are different from yours, and then share your own. And while not everybody here will become your person, one of them might. If I could go back and sit in those overly hot hospitalian seats, I tell freshman Haven this: you don't need to prove that you belong here. You are going to meet people who blow your mind. Let them inspire you, but don't allow that to make you forget your own hands and everything they've carried to get you to the seat. Let yourself be known beyond the accomplishments, and take the time to really know the people around you. You are blessed to be at Berkeley, yes. But Berkeley is blessed to have you. Shine your light here. Welcome to Berkeley.
Nice. Haven. Give it up for Haven. Say hi to your camera.
Wow, yeah.
There you go.